Well, we've made progress in a couple of ways. One, we've harnessed our capability inside VA, and we've linked in with lots of partners and communities out there to help us work towards this. And I think the evidence of progress we've made is whenever we have a homeless meeting, the community comes to our table and we have a very broad discussion, both with the local leadership as well as the nonprofit creative geniuses out there who have worked this homeless issue for many years, and then with VA at the table as a participant. 12% reduction in our estimated homeless head count in the last year. So some indication we're moving in the right direction. But I think the power of all of this is the collaboration and the community partnership that we have. Well, when we talk about homeless, we see that it really has two pieces to it. One is rescue, and the other part of homelessness is prevention. And we see them as two, parts of the same initiative. When most of us say homeless, I think the image mentally comes to mind of someone in the dead of winter in coats, heavy coats, sleeping on a grill. So that's the image that comes to mind. That's the rescue part of the homeless effort. The prevention part is less visible and more subtle, but in many ways maybe more serious. And that is the at-risk population that we don't see very clearly, who could be a paycheck or a missed mortgage or another missed utility bill away from being on the street. And so we have to attack both sides of this, this challenge, this problem. To be clear, it is the rescue that we've set ourselves as a target by 2015. But the prevention piece will go on well beyond that. And we have to figure out a way to see more clearly what that at-risk population is, and then begin to intervene before actual homelessness occurs. And therefore, we just have to be at the top of our game in many areas: education, employment, jobs, healthcare, dealing with depression, dealing with substance abuse, dealing with the issues we know bump into the homeless population that we deal with when we talk about the rescue side of this. Mm-hmm. Well, I think you help in a number of ways right now. I mean, certainly on a day like today where we're doing a stand down here at the Washington VA Medical Center, your organizations are present, identifying yourselves and helping with many services you provide. You help in other ways in helping veterans put together their claims packages so that when they are submitted, we have fully developed claims that pass through the system one time with a high probability of a good outcome for the veteran. So those are things you do day to day that all contribute to this prevention of homelessness. I know in the case of the American Legion, I believe this year you've taken on graduation from college as an important focus. That contributes to this prevention of homelessness that I'm talking about. For every veteran who's in school, and by the way, I think today there are somewhere around 500,000 veterans and family members in school under the GI Bill. When you add to that all the other programs, vocational rehabilitation, Montgomery GI Bill, I think that number gets up to around 900,000. So we have lots of folks in college preparing for the next phases of their lives. And during a period of economic downturn, I can't think of a better place for them to be doing this, honing their skills. The American Legion's effort to help us ensure a high graduation rate by linking in with these students all across the United States in a variety of campuses that they are in attendance at, 6,500 campuses under the GI Bill. You're linking in and touching those students and reminding them about this opportunity they've been given under this tremendous GI Bill, a provision that's provided by the American people to give them an opportunity down the road, that there's only payoff if they cross the graduation stage and get their diploma, if they're in college. For others who are in vocational training or other non-degree programs, completing those programs of study as well. An important part of our battle against this prevention of homelessness. So there is a contribution here, but it is designed to ensure that the veterans who have served their country have this opportunity that thanks them for their service and rewards them for the great sacrifices they provided to the nation. Mm-hmm. Well, that's part of the prevention piece, and you have seen ramping up here in the effort to link jobs, whether it's in the federal government or the private sector or nonprofits, with veterans who have those skills and are interested in going to work. Lots of leadership here provided by the President and by First Lady to ensure that we are bringing together the folks that have jobs with veterans who are looking to go to work. So yes, with the spouse employment fair, and then the jobs fair that was just conducted earlier this week with VA very much in collaboration with other federal agencies, private sector folks. I think 6,400 jobs were being made available to folks who came here, and it was not just jobs being offered, but it was the opportunity for a veteran to come in, be enrolled in VA, enter into the VA for Vets automation program that would convert military experience into civilian job skills, survey through USA Jobs all the jobs that are available throughout government, speak with a number of private sector employers who were here with jobs in hand, ready to hire, go through a resume producing class, take a class on how to interview for a job, and then go in and take those interviews for as many jobs as they wanted to sign up for. And so walking away with the opportunity to be hired, but if nothing else, with all that was accomplished in preparing a resume, going through a job interview training, and setting them up for the next step in their lives. Rarely do we see all of that effort coming together in one location. And I think for the veterans who are here, I think they found their time being well used. This great country today is served by young men and women in uniform that represent less than 1% of our population. It's also important to think about 22 million veterans in this country of 340 million. So it's not just today's population, but over time, a very small percentage of our population have in fact served the country in uniform. And it is to this group who over the years have looked after and safeguarded this nation for the rest of us to have the great and fulfilling lives we have had. And this is an opportunity, especially during this time of economic downturn, to remember and to reach out and ensure that our veterans understand that we have not forgotten and that we respect and thank them for their service.